what is the significance we have to discuss. The variable thermal conductivity, that means we don't discuss it separately, but when you are discussing the slabs, we talk about the variable thermal conductivity. When you discuss about the cylinder spheres, uniform thermal conductivity as well as variable thermal conductivity simultaneously. Next step, system with heat source. As I explained in the last class, the internal heat generators need to be considered. Extended surfaces of fins. One of my our friend has given a reminder regarding what he had learned in the what we call the numerical methods. This is one of the problem, extended surfaces fins problem. Right? The fins also will discuss here, but it is in different aspect. You will know what is the different aspect. One-dimensional transient heat transfer. The lumped analysis. For example, if it is a semi-infinite solid and infinite solid. Semi-infinite, suppose Earth is there, for example, on the surface, we stay on the plane surface. But in the under the Earth, under the plane surface, how the heat is being transferring. We have to study about that. Further, we need charts and data book. So kindly get the data book of heat transfer in online. Try to download it. That is Kodanraman something will be there the name. Without a book, there is no heat transfer. It is very difficult to remember the equations. The data books are allowed throughout the world for the heat transfer. Right? I will make you. I'll let you know how to use the data book and how to apply it. Whatever equations we discuss. For derivations, there are no derivations in the data book, but equations are there. How are there? After explaining this unit, then I will go for the use of data books. Not only this complete unit. In the middle of this only, I'll explain the data book how we have to use it. Without the data book, there is no heat transfer. It could be undergraduation, post graduation, or doctor of philosophy, whatever it may be. Definitely, data book should be used. That must be used. Right. So now, let me go with this steady state heat conduction. Steady heat conduction I talk. Then I go for the unsteady state. Until I tell you that is steady state only, keep in mind. Until I give you a reminder, whatever discussion is going on, that is steady state only. Right. What does it mean steady state? Already I have given the introduction of the steady state, the difference between the steady state and unsteady state. Right. So steady state is nothing but the property of a particular system doesn't change with time, whatever time it may be. If it changes, that is unsteady state. Right. For example, at this wall the temperature is 20 degrees centigrade. At this wall the temperature is 20 degrees centigrade. Here also 20 degrees centigrade. Here also 20 degrees centigrade. Sometimes here we get 21 degrees centigrade. 21 degrees centigrade is doesn't matter because there will be some measurement error in the particular instrument. Right. So you people have undergone the heat transfer lab. Not it, right?
No, sir.
No, right. Oh, it doesn't matter. Right. So you will do the experiments, the same experiments in the heat transfer lab until you get the steady state temperature, the constant temperature. You will wait and then you have to calculate. So, for example, in this particular area, ఈ phase లో temperature నాకు కావాలి. ఆ phase temperature ఇక్కడ 3 degrees చూపిస్తుంది. How do you measure the 3 degrees in the thermal conductivity of this particular material is uniform throughout this. If it is a composite material with same plane wall, then the thermal conductivity will change. Non-uniform thermal conductivity. The focus on first uniform thermal conductivity. What is the difference between non-uniform and uniform thermal conductivity? Let us. Right. Consider a plane wall. This is the plane wall, right? So this is temperature, and in this the x direction it is the length or thickness. It is thickness, right? Here at this phase the temperature is T1. At this phase the temperature is T2. The heat is being transferred from here to here, right? For doing any analysis, we consider this small element or small change in whatever integration analysis, whatever we do, differentiation, we consider for this small volume, small elemental volume or small thickness, and then we do it, right? So here, in this case also, we consider this is the small elemental volume. Small elemental volume or thickness or elemental thickness, Tx. This total thickness is this one. Thickness of total thickness is L, assumed as L. The cross section area is A. Thermal conductivity of material is K. The temperature at the phase is T1 and T2. It's very clear, right? So now this is the thickness total. I'm considering the small thickness here. That small thickness is dx. Right. In this velocity profile, sorry, excuse me, in this temperature profile, this is the temperature profile. The temperature is going on like this. This is the temperature profile, right? So in this temperature profile, I considered this small area, small elemental area in this elemental thickness. In this thickness, the change in temperature is dT. This is the change in temperature dT. The small part I have taken. The small part is dx, which is a distance x from the axis origin or from the zero, right? At a particular distance x, the thickness is dx, and the change in temperature is T. Change in temperature is T. Then what do you have to do the analysis? I talked about the electrical analogy also. See, electrical analogy in the beginning of the classes itself I discussed, right? So if there is a temperature difference T1 and T2, kindly mute yourself. I don't know who is talking there. Some roll number 0347. A0347. Can anybody inform through message or something else? Fine, it's my request. Or else, okay. It has an option. Right. Okay, I muted. Sorry. Okay, is my voice audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, right.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Sir, I have a doubt, sir.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah. Tell me.
Sir, if మనం ఇది సాలిడ్ పార్ట్ ను ఒక మెటీరియల్ అనుకున్నాం కదా సార్, ఇఫ్ ఇన్ కేస్ ఒకవేళ టూ మెటీరియల్స్ ఉంటే ఎలా సార్?
That also I'll discuss. The composite walls అంటారు వాటిని.
Yes, sir.
అది నెక్స్ట్ కమింగ్ దీని తర్వాత వస్తుంది. Okay, good question. I'll discuss that also. Composite plane wall, composite cylinders, composite spheres. I discussed the composite cylinders. The only variation I'll tell you that you have to do as an assignment and submit for composite spheres. I'll tell you how to do that also. Okay, don't worry. This is the 2 hours class session. Okay, 2 hours class session. I'll give 5 to 10 minutes break and again I'll start it because I need continuous explanation of it. Okay, don't worry.
Sir, again, if we consider surface like plates, what will happen in this?
Plate.
Yes, sir.
Plate is nothing but a Cartesian system, right? So plate has some thickness, some height, and some width. That
So
varies.
then
That
we
depends
will
upon the
come
plate.
to so then we will come to solid forms. We can take this as a analysis, no sir?
Yeah, if it has the material property called thermal conductivity, if the heat is being allowed to flow it, definitely the conduction heat transfer from one plate to one plate. For example, if I take this thickness, in this problem the thickness is, let us assume, this is the wall, let us say this is 0.5 meters. Right, wall 0.5 meters అంటే చాలా థిక్నెస్ ఉంటుంది, రైట్. సో ప్లేట్ ఎంత ఉంటుంది, 0.00 లో ఉంటుంది, 0.00. ప్లేట్ అంటే స్మాల్ థిక్నెస్ ప్లేట్. It depends upon the thickness. It depends upon the thickness, right? So heat transfer is inversely proportional to thickness. As the thickness is reducing, what happens to heat transfer? Keep on increases according to the heat, what we call the Fourier's law of heat conduction equation,
Yes, sir.
right? So
Okay,
if the thickness is keep on increasing, heat transfer decreases, obviously.
Based on materials only, good.
Based on this property, based on this thickness, material property is very significant aspect.
Yes, sir.
Right. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Right. So this is the simple volume. Chala simple ivanni derivations and chala easy. If you listen to me, definitely you don't need to read again in the textbook. Textbook and reference కోసం వాడొచ్చు. Listen and follow my procedure only. That is better way. Right. So heat is being flowing. This is the temperature. I discussed this. If there are two potential differences, then when the current is flowing, I is equal to delta V by R, as I said. At the same time, Q is equal to delta T by thermal conductive resistance. ఈ conductive resistance అనేవి ఏంటనేది కూడా నేను డిస్కస్ చేశాను. దట్ ఈస్ L by KA. ఇది ఇంకా క్లియర్ గా అర్థమవుతాయి ఇంకా కమింగ్ స్లైడ్స్ లో. రైట్, ఇక్కడ వరకు క్లియరా? ఒక ప్లేన్ వాల్ తీసుకున్నాను, దాని ఒక చిన్న థిక్నెస్ తీసుకున్నాను, ఆ థిక్నెస్ లో చేంజ్ ఇన్ టెంపరేచర్ ఇస్ dt, థర్మల్ కండక్టివిటీ యూనిఫామ్ K, ప్లేన్ వాల్ తీసుకున్నాను, దెన్ ఐఎమ్ డూయింగ్ ది అనాలిసిస్. హియర్ సి, ఇక్కడ క్లియర్ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేశాను మళ్ళీ అకార్డింగ్ టు ద రిగార్డింగ్ దిస్ what it called regarding the electrical analogy. So ikkada chudandi, this is first figure heat flow, second demo current. I is equal to V1 minus V2 divided by the resistance. దీనిలాగే again ఇప్పుడు temperature differences ఉన్నాయి అనుకోండి, Q is equal to T1 minus T2 by R. Right, this is very well known the things which we discussed in our first unit. Next, this is the general heat conduction equation for Cartesian coordinate system which we have derived. Right. So in our case, in this problem or in this situation, what we have to do? What is our case? This is one-dimensional heat transfer. So I need to remove these two. There is no internal heat generation. I need to remove these two. Right. There is no, it is not unsteady state. I said this is the steady state one-dimensional heat transfer. This is also here. Right. What is the total thing which we get here in this equation? Can anybody spell out? ఇందులో మిగిలిన ఈక్వేషన్ ఏంటి?
Dimensional equation, sir.
Yes, dou square T by
Dou x square is
dou x square is
equal to 1 by alpha.
is equal to 0.
0. Yes, sir.
Not
Yes, sir.
1 by alpha.
Yes, sir. That is cancelled.
This total term is cancelled because this is multiplication, right? So here, so this dou square partial derivative and simple d square T by dx square and రాస్తాం. Right? So దీనికి మనం అనాలిసిస్ చేయాలి. d square T by dx square ని అనాలిసిస్ చేయాలి. This is a differential equation, right? So whatever mathematical, whatever physical form, the the physical problem ఏది physical problem ఏది previous గా రైట్ ఫిజికల్ ప్రాబ్లం అంటే ప్రీవియస్లీ నేను ఒకటి చెప్పాను కదా ఈ స్మాల్ ఎలిమెంట్ కన్సిడర్ చేసి అది చేయండి దట్ ఈస్ ఎ ఫిజికల్ ప్రాబ్లం ఆ ఫిజికల్ ప్రాబ్లం నుంచి ఇది ఒక మ్యాథమెటికల్ ఫామ్ తీసుకొచ్చాం ఆ మ్యాథమెటికల్ అంటే ఏంటి ఫస్ట్ ఆర్డర్ సెకండ్ ఆర్డర్ డిఫరెన్షియల్ ఈక్వేషన్ ఇన్ వన్ డైమెన్షనల్ ఈక్వేషన్ దాన్ని మనం సాల్వ్ చేయాలి హౌ టు సాల్వ్ ఇట్ దట్ ఈస్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ రైట్ ఐ విల్ మూవ్ టు ద నెక్స్ట్ ఈ స్లైడ్ క్లియరా మీకు Is this slide clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Right. Now, it is your part. Integration. This is your part. Integration. If you integrate both sides, what happens? D square t ni by dx square ne ఒకసారి ఇంటిగ్రేట్ చేసాం అనుకుంటే ఏమొస్తుంది dt by dx is equal to some constant because that is equal to 0 integrate చేసాం అవుతుంది కాన్స్టెంట్ వస్తుంది అంతే కదా
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right. Again you integrate this equation to this equation, what will you get?
One more arbitrary constant.
Yes, right. So if you integrate this term, dt is nothing but t, you get here, right? If you integrate the c1 with respect to dx, c1 into x, and you will get one more constant here, that is c1 into x plus c2. This is the solution which is obtained from the differential equation. But we need the real solution. We need to have the real solution. For that, what is required? I said, to solve this equation, what is required?
Boundary conditions.
Yeah, in the last class, what I have discussed, that is boundary conditions. Those boundary conditions are required.
Yes, sir.
Right. What are the boundary conditions for this situation, for this physical model? ఈ physical model కి boundary conditions అనేవి మనం చూడాలి. Let us go back to the diagram again. Let us go back to that particular diagram. Here, if we see here, this is x is equal to 0. అంటే నేను distance, some distance అన్నాను ఇక్కడ చూడండి, x is a distance from 0 to x distance, I consider dx, right? At x is equal to 0, what is t? This is t, right? So the t is equal to T1.
1.
At 0 thickness, the temperature is T1. Here, what is x value? At 2.
L, sir. L
Yes,
distance.
very good. At x is equal to L, what is the temperature?
T2.
T2. So these are the boundary conditions we have to use here. At x is equal to 0, t is equal to T1. At x is equal to L, t is equal to T2. Right. These boundary conditions need to be applied, supposed to be applied here for this physical problem. Right. So here, then in this again, I go with this annotate. At x is equal to 0, t is equal to T1. At x is equal to L, t is equal to T2. This is the boundary condition I have taken. Right. Someone is writing on the screen. Kindly erase it. Right. So these are the boundary conditions if you apply. Again, someone is writing. మీరు ఇలా అబ్స్ట్రాక్ట్ చేస్తుంటే నాకు కొంచెం ఇబ్బందిగా ఉంది. Kindly erase it. Right. So this is one boundary condition. This is another boundary condition. Right. If you substitute the first boundary condition in this equation 1, this is the equation 1. Equation lo first boundary condition substitute cheste em vastundi meeku?
Only C2, sir.
Only C2. Since x is equal to 0, C2 is equal to T1. Ante kada?
Yes, sir.
C2 is equal to T1. It has been written here. this problem is coming? కొంచెం arrange చేయమనండి. If you have any doubts, put in a chat box or openly you can talk it, but don't do these obstructive things. It's my kind request, because my flow will stop. మీకు ఏమైనా ఆప్షన్ ఉంటే ఇది ఎరేజ్ చేయడానికి ఎరేజ్ చేయండి స్క్రీన్ మీద, if anybody has. I don't know, I have option or not. Yeah, right. So here, this is C1. C1 is first boundary condition apply చేస్తే మీకు C1 is equal to T1 వస్తుంది. If you apply the second boundary condition, what will you get? Can anybody tell? Without seeing the screen, just boundary condition and equation you use and apply it. What do you get?
T2 is equals to C1R plus C2, sir.
At x is equal to L, in place of x you put L, in place of
T will become
you put
T2.
T2.
Yes, sir.
Right? So from this, can you find out C2?
Yes,
No,
sir.
no, because already C2 is known.
C2 is known, sir. Yes, sir.
Substitute this C2 in place of here, that is T1, right? So that you will get the value of C1.
C1.
So that you will get the value of C1. So you know the values. What is that? C1 and C2. As I explained in the last class, our aim is to calculate the constants using boundary conditions. Is right? Right. Okay. Clear? Is my voice visible? Audible?
Sir, audible but too low, sir.
Too low. Now?
Yes, sir. I actually don't know. Please turn your volume down, sir.
So no, the volume is at perfect mode only. I don't know what happened. Now is it okay?
Okay, sir. Now it's okay.
Yeah. Right. So here we obtain two constants. Our intention is to solve these constants using the boundary conditions, right? So ఇప్పుడు ఏం చేస్తాం మనం? Now this is the equation we obtain. అంటే ఏంటి? ఇప్పుడు ఈ మెయిన్ ఈక్వేషన్ 1 లో C1 C2 సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేస్తాం. అప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది? T is equal to, what is the value of C1?
T2 minus T1 by L.
Yeah, T2 minus T1 by L. Right, T2 minus T1 by L. Right. So this is C1 value. In place of C2,
T2, sir. T1, sir.
T1.
T1,
So
T1.
after substituting this, you will get this equation. What is this equation? That equation is called as temperature profile. The temperature T is equal to mx plus c, y is equal to mx plus c, linear equation. This is linear equation. Right. So now we obtained the final equation. Then it is sufficient. From the physical model, we used the differential equation. We obtained the differential equation. From the differential equation, we solved with the help of you got the solution. From that solution, we used boundary conditions to exact solution or accurate solution. Right. So now we know that the Fourier's law of heat conduction equation. Fourier's law of heat conduction equation. Right. We know that Fourier's law of heat conduction is minus k into dt by dx. Minus k into dt by dx, that need to be obtained. Right. So here Q is equal to minus k into dt by dx. dt by dx is nothing but the temperature gradient. We are aware of it. Right. So this is the temperature gradient. That temperature gradient need to be calculated. This need to be calculated. right? So in place of T, can I substitute the previous complete equation? T2 minus T1 by L into X plus T1 is equal to, if I simplify this, I'll get the differentiate with respect to X. With respect to X differentiate చేస్తే ఇది 1 అయిపోతుంది, ఇది 0 అయిపోతుంది. మిగిలేది ఏంటి మనకు? T2 by T1, T2 minus T1 by L. Just what I have done here, I found this term dt by dx calculate cheyadaniki dt by dx la pettam, right? Dt by dx is nothing but d by dx of t. What is t? We obtained in the previous case. Previous గా మనకు వచ్చింది కదా t, ఆ t substitute చేద్దాం. This t I have substituted. The bottom whatever you have got, we got that t I have substituted this value, this particular value, right? So for this, if you substitute here, you got T2 minus T1 divided by T2 minus T1 divided by L, right? Substitute this entire value here in place of this. So what it become? Q is equal to minus K into T2 minus T1 by L, right? That is also equal to K into area into T1 minus T2 by L. T1 minus T2 by L, right? But here you know the electrical energy. What is electrical energy? If you know the temperatures between 2 points, the temperature difference might divided by the resistance. So ఇక్కడ ఏమవుతుంది, ఈ K denominator లో వచ్చేస్తుంది ఇక్కడ కిందకి, right? So L by Ka, that means in the next step T1 minus T2 divided by L by Ka. So this is the one, right? So this T1 minus T2 is the temperature difference. This R thermal conduction, this L by Ka is nothing but the R thermal conduction. That means thermal resistance of conduction. Keep in mind, for every plane wall, thickness by thermal conductivity into area gives you the conductive thermal resistance. Conductive thermal resistance. So this is the situation. So how to calculate the heat transfer? We have to prove that the conductive thermal resistance is equal to L by K into area, right? For this, being engineers, we don't need to mug up the formula. We must be able to derive it. We must be able to derive it, right? So this is previously we talked about the uniform thermal conductivity, but here the thermal conductivity is varying. The K is nothing but K naught into 1 plus beta T. K naught into 1 plus beta T. This K naught into beta are constants. This is the thermal conductivity at 0 temperature, absolutely 0 temperature, or we can consider this as constants, and this beta is also constant, but this is T is the temperature, right? So previously only the beta was 0. Thermal conductivity it may vary, it depends. So this is different situation and this is different situation, right? When the variable thermal conductivity problem is given to you, definitely the equation for variable thermal conductivity will be given. Don't worry. If the uniform thermal conductivity is given, definitely the thermal conductivity value itself will be given. Suppose thermal conductivity is some 75 watts per meter Kelvin. That value will be given. But when it comes to the variable thermal conductivity, he won't give you the value. He gives, instead of giving value, he gives the variation in thermal equation. Because the thermal conductivity at every point, at this, it may change, it will change, the varying, it is varying, not uniform. Right? That may be in this form, or that may be in the some other equation form, not only this form. Just for example, I am showing this. Right? That depends upon the problem, depends upon the particular variation, it will be given. Then what we have to do? If the variable, the entire thing is same, the entire thing is same. But the thing is, then what to do if the variable thermal conductivity is given? For example, assume this is a standard equation. Don't need to assume it. This is the standard one only. So this is one of the variable thermal conductivity equation. K is equal to K naught into 1 plus beta T. That's all. Instead of giving some value. And then, for example, variable thermal conductivity equation is ichadu. Uniform thermal conductivity the highlight చేసిన red place లో value ఇస్తాడు అంతే. ఆ value మనం substitute చేసి constant value. But in the variable thermal conductivity, because it is the function of some temperature with respect to some arbitrary constant. Right. So here, how do we do this? This is K, thermal conductivity is at zero temperature, as I said in the previous slide. Right. So in most cases, thermal conductivity is found to vary linearly with temperature. Here also it is thermal conductivity, let us vary linearly with temperature, but it has some constant. Right. It doesn't, it depends upon the beta value. If it is beta is something greater than 0, less than 0 in the previous figure I shown. I share this PPT also, don't need to worry. Right. So here, this is the equation, minus K into area into dt by dx, which we used for the uniform thermal conductivity. The only difference is, in place of K, substitute this minus K in this value. In place of K, minus K naught, minus K, or minus, leave it. In place of K, K naught into 1 plus beta T, you substitute it dt by dx in area. Right? You bring this area this side, and you bring this dx this side, is equal to minus K naught into 1 plus beta T into dt. You keep aside, because this is a function of temperature. Entire thing. We need to differentiate or do with respect to the temperature. Right. With respect to the temperature. That is the reason we have to keep this aside. Right. Now you have to integrate. So what are the integration factors here? If this is dx is there, here it is dt is there. Right. Dx is there, dt is there. Dx means what? That is thickness. If we consider the small elemental thickness dx, but the variation is from 0 to L. That is the reason we have to integrate from 0 to L. At the same time, dt is the temperature, small change in temperature, but the temperature variation is from T1 to T2, hence we have to integrate between the limits T1 to T2. Right. So after doing integration in the left side and substitute the limits, the QA x into x between the limits L and 0, what happens? L minus 0, that becomes L. So Q into L, that integration you know. This integration you know, right? So at the same time, the K naught is constant here. So if you integrate separately for this, right, dt is t, right, t square, t dt is nothing but t square by 2 into beta is constant, right, between the limits t2 and t1. If you simplify all these things, the simplification is in your hand. You don't need to worry about it, right? Simplify it, step by step simplification is there. and rearrange the equation, right? So K naught into, so E1 plus beta by 2 into T1, T1 plus T by T1 plus T2 into T1 minus T2. We need to write in the form of T1 minus T2 because Q is equal to K into area into T1 minus T2 by L, right? So here the K naught into 1 plus beta into T mean. What is the mean? So E T1 by T1 plus T2 by 2 T mean and Ras right? Instead of that, I can write by simply I can substitute Tm. So beta into Tm into T1 minus T2. So the final equation is this. That means I'm bringing this A and L this side. Area into L into T1 minus T2, and this is as it is. So this is for the variable thermal conductivity. In this way, you have to do. So here he has given the equation, the K is equal to the variable thermal conductivity is given as the variable thermal conductivity is given as K into 1 plus theta T. Hence, we substituted in place of K that given equation. But instead of that, some other thing is given. Then we need to change it. In place of K, whatever value is given, then we have to stick with that. Right. So this is the final equation which we have substituted. The Km is nothing but the mean thermal conductivity. Right. So
once previous slide you can give.
Yeah.
So you have taken here thermal conductivity is equals to K naught into 1 plus beta T now. As we know, as a temperature varies, thermal conductivity also varies. No,
of course.
Is this relation is experimental or is an assumed relation?
No. Experimental. There are many experimental cases. This is not. This is from some reference textbook, right? So thermal conductivity vary with temperature. That is obviously. But according to the equation, it may be quadratic equation, and it may be polynomial or something else. That based on this situation, I'll discuss one problem also so that you will understand on this.
When you see the data, it does not be in linear or it's not. It does not follow any slow format.
No, it is linear only. In this case, it is linear variation only. Okay. In linear case, in linear equation, the variable thermal conductivity. In polynomial case, there may be variable thermal conductivity. Understood?
In the current scenario, is this happens or it will be only for our understanding we have taken?
No, it's not our the practical situation. It happens. For example, if the beta is 0 here, what does it mean? You know, the thermal conductivity is uniform. Right or wrong? K is equal to K naught. Simply the K of temperature is nothing but 0, because if you substitute beta is 0, the entire thing is K. K is equal to K naught. Suppose beta is greater than 0, let us say, some positive quantity. Then 1 plus some positive quantity times T naught, that is the reason it varies. The variation will be like this. If it is negative quantity, beta is less than 0, negative quantity, minus value, then it varies like that. The profile variation in temperature profile depends upon this variable thermal conductivity. The K naught is nothing but absolute 0 temperature. At particular temperature, the K naught will be given. Based on that, we need to calculate. These beta values will be having standard constants. Depends upon that particular situation.
Sir.
Yeah.
But here, in case of zero slope, K naught will be at 0 temperature now, sir. But we are not taking 0 temperature now, sir, starting.
K naught is nothing but at 0 temperature only we have to take. That is, this K naught is nothing but the thermal conductivity is at 0 temperature. This beta is but with some constant. That constant will be given.
Yes, sir. If the slope is 0, we will be taking K naught only, sir.
If beta is 0, there is no slope, right?
Yes, sir.
It's linearly varying. Then it is K naught only.
So in practical situation, the temperature will not be equal to 0. Will be considering room temperature now.
We consider it in room temperature only. That's what I'm saying. This is for the sum of the example I'm telling. It is a simple equation he has taken. There are big equations. For understanding purpose, we have taken this. There are a lot of long equations, even polynomial equations are there. I have not taken any example, but how the thermal conductivity is varying, I did not apply it anywhere, right? So I have not taken any quantities of temperatures or anything. Just if I take these with respect to some base zero temperature, if the equation is varying like this, so what is the situation you get? That means you need to get the mean thermal conductivity you have to take here. Sorry, mean temperature you have to take. The beta need to be known. This K naught need to be known. So whatever temperatures we don't know, leave it. T1 minus T2. At the K0, some thermal conductivity it has to be given. Right? Is it clear?
Yeah, sir.
Yeah. So this is the situation of what it called variable thermal conductivity. Right. For cylindrical case, for a spherical case also, the same need to be applied, but you forget about the what it called the variable thermal conductivity case in cylindrical spheres. How to do? I'll explain. Okay. You don't need to worry on it. So if you know this equation, the matrices equation, K is equal to the variation of the right side equation. How that depends? Next, please move this window away from something. Is it visible to you? The notification is here. Okay. Anyway, heat conduction through the composite wall. Somebody asked me about the different materials. If these are different materials, how we go? Right? Listen carefully. Consider a plane wall of 3 different materials. A plane wall with 3 different materials. Right. The one is A, second one is B, third one is C. Right. So these 3 are 3 different materials, and it has the thermal conductivity Ka, Kb, and Kc. The students don't get confused. In many textbooks, you will take the notations that doesn't matter. In some cases, you will take material 1, material 2, and material 3 instead of ABC. So that K1, K2, K3, L1, L2, L3. Okay, I follow one notation. If you want to change notations, you can follow. It doesn't matter. But don't bother about the notation. Don't get ambiguity on the notations. Right. Let us take the LA, LB, LC. Let us consider the thickness of 3 slabs, A, B, C respectively, also called as the path lengths. Right? Leave it the path lengths. Don't get confused there. Right? LA, LB, LC. And K, Kb, Kc are the respective thermal conductivities of those particular materials. Or I can say it is K1, K2, K3, L1, L2, L3. Notation is different. Leave it. Next. T1 is temperature at this phase. T2 is temperature at the last phase, another phase. Right. So these, whatever I am highlighting with circles, these are called as the interfaces. All are in physical contact. All are in physical contact. These 2 are called as the interfaces. Right. So whatever the heat transfer throughout this wall, whatever heat transfer which take place throughout this is constant. The same quantity of heat transfers. Right. That is Q. That Q is given here. This is Q and this is the same amount of heat is being transferred from this wall to this wall. But there are 3 walls here. If three walls are there, how to do? Right. The same quantity of heat is being transferred. According to our conservation of energy principle, the energy changes from one form to we cannot apply here, but that is the concept. Right. Now, for example, I do the analysis one by one according to the Fourier's law of heat conduction equation. Right. The Q is same for all. If I apply the Fourier's law of heat conduction equation for the wall 1, what it becomes? K into area into dt by dx. Right. So again, I will go back once to make that understanding. Right. So this is the equation. Keep in mind, K into area into T1 minus T2 by L. Whatever equation we derived for the plane wall, for one single wall, single plane wall. Right. So the same is applied for all. In place of K, if there are two, K1 and K2 or KA and KB. Here also A. A1, A2, A, AB, AC untai, but eppudu untai anedi cheptanu. Right. Next, LA, LB, LC or L1, L2, L3. Like that, we can make it according to the number of slabs. Right. Here, so the K into area into Ka into area into T1 minus T2, because the heat transfer from here to this interface temperature is T2, this interface temperature is T3. Right. From this wall to this wall, the heat transfer I am calculating, that is called as Q. Whatever heat transfer, A wall and A wall kelna okte, total heat transfer is same as its steady state. Right. Now, K into area into T1 minus T2. Here the interface temperature, this is T2. Here that is 2. And here it is 3. Right. Those are the interface temperatures. Next, from heat transfer from here to here, I can calculate that heat transfer is this one, K into area into this one, is also equal to whatever heat transferring from here to here, 3 to 4, sorry, 2 to 3, interface 2 to 3. I write confusion, 1 second. This is 2 and this is 3. T2, T3. T2 and T3. Right. So the heat transferring from here to 1 to 2 is this one, is also equal to 2 to 3, is also equal to 3 to 4. Be careful. From 2 to 3 means this situation. From 2 to 3, this is the interface and this is the interface. The material is B, so we have taken LB. The thickness is LB and the thermal conductivity of KB because the material is B. Next is also equal to Kc into area into T3 minus T4. That means in this area, this wall, LC. Suppose if some other one is there, again, the fourth one, D is there. Let us assume that D is also there here. Then we have to, is also equal to Kd into area into T4 minus T5 divided by LD. Whatever walls are there. Assume, dear students, this is pure conduction. There is effect of convection also here. That situations will be discussed in the next slides. Right. So here, this is the issue. The composite wall. Then the composite, there must be a physical contact. Even though some gap is there, the air resistance need to be given. I could discuss as them. Don't worry. Right. So this is the electrical network. This is the electrical network. T1 to T2 network draw. At the same time, T2 to T3. At the same time, T3 to T4. Right. Ipudu, you know the temperatures between T1 to T2, right? What is the resistance? LA by Ka into area. That will be denoted as R thermal A. That will be denoted as R thermal A. At the same time, R thermal B, R thermal C. The conduction heat transfer, resistance of thermal conduction, conduction heat transfer, thermal resistance of conduction. Right here we say L by A, and here sorry, LA by Ka into area. Here it is LB by Kb into area. This is LC by Kc into area, because the area of heat transfer is same for all the cases. Right? So this is the equation. We know this, right? So K into area into T1 minus T2 divided by LA, Kb into area, T2 minus T1 by LB is equal to Kc into area, T3 minus T4 by LC is also equal to some other wall is there, Kd into area, T4 minus T5 by LD. L is nothing but thicknesses of the respective walls. That's the reason I explained this electrical network. The electrical network, from the electrical network, you're supposed to give the thermal resistance of the particular respective wall. Whatever walls are there, leave it. Right? If you do in this manner, the problem solving is very easy. Right? Now let us derive what is the end equation for this. After this, I'll give break. Small, just 5 minutes. For example, in this equation, can anybody spell out? One second. From this equation, what is T1 minus T2?
Q into LA by Ka into A.
Q into LA by Ka into
A.
If you equate these two, I mean to say, let us see, this is also equal to for this equation. Q is also equal to for this equation. Q is also equal to for this equation, right? So if I consider these two, T1 minus T2 is equal to Q into LA by Ka into area. If I consider together these two, T2 minus T3 is equal to, spell out somebody.
QB into LB by KB into area.
No, QB, not QB. Q is only one.
Sorry, sir. Q into LB, sir. Q into LB.
Q into LB divided by KB
into A.
Yes,
sir. Yes.
Next, somebody here between these two.
Q into LC by KC into A.
Q into LC by KC into area. Understood? So from this equation, I have simplified the same thing which I have obtained in the C. The same thing was obtained. T1 minus T2. T1 minus T2. And T2 minus T3. T3 minus T4. Just simplified from those equations. That's all. I obtained T1 minus T2, T2 minus T3, T3 minus T4. I put these as 1, 2, and 3. Equations 1, 2, and 3. Very simple. Add all these three. What it becomes? Add 1, 2, and 3. Both left hand sides and right hand side. Yes. Left side add just there. T1 minus T2 plus T2 minus T3 plus T3 minus T4.
T1 minus T4.
Yeah. This gets
T2
cancelled.
T2 gets cancelled and T3 T3 gets cancelled.
Only thing is this. In the right side, what is common?
Q, sir.
Can I take Q as common here? Right? Q is common and add all. This LA by K, this term. Again LB by KB, this term. LC by KC, this term. Is right? Understood this term?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now I need to calculate Q, this Q. Right. Q is equal to, can I take this entire term in this side divided by this? Then అవునా కదా ఇప్పుడు ఈ టర్మ్ అంతా నేను అటు పట్టుకెళ్ళిపోతున్నాను.
Yes, sir.
ఎల్స్ ఏరియా ఈజ్ కామన్ పోను, ఏరియా కామన్ తీసేయండి. ఏరియా కామన్ తీస్తే ఏమవుతుంది, 1/a, అంతే కదా, 1/a. ఆ 1/a ఇది మొత్తం తీసుకెళ్తే ఏమవుతుంది, ఇక్కడ మల్టిప్లై అవుతుంది. సో ఏరియా ఇంటూ T1 minus T4, T1 minus T4 ఏరియా మల్టిప్లై అవుతుంది, ద సేమ్ 1/a అవుతుంది. రైట్. సో బై L by K, LB by KB or LC by KC. అలాగైనా చేయొచ్చు, లేకపోతే యాజ్ ఇట్ ఈస్గా అలా పెట్టేయచ్చు డైరెక్ట్లీ ఇక్కడ లాగా. Q is equal to T1 minus T4 divided by LA by KA into area plus LP by KB into area plus LC by KC into area. Right. So this is the simplification. And మనం ఎలక్ట్రికల్ అనాలజీ థర్మల్ రెసిస్టెన్సెస్ లో రాయాలి కాబట్టి T1 minus T4 as usual, that is the temperature difference. మీకు మధ్యలో ఎన్ని స్లాబ్స్ ఉన్నా సరే, whatever slabs you have, the temperature difference becomes the initial temperature and final temperature. For example, there are 10 slabs. How many what is the final temperature?
T10.
T11.
Sorry, T11, sir.
Yeah, T11. Initial temperature becomes T1 only.
T1, sir.
Right. So here, ఇప్పుడు దీన్ని ఏమని రాయొచ్చు, L by K అని ఏమని రాయొచ్చు, థర్మల్ రెసిస్టెన్స్. అంటే ఏ తాలూకు థర్మల్ రెసిస్టెన్స్ ఇది. నెక్స్ట్ B తాలూకు థర్మల్ రెసిస్టెన్స్, నెక్స్ట్ C తాలూకు థర్మల్ రెసిస్టెన్స్. So for a composite wall, the Q can be written as T1 minus T4 for these three composite, the three materials composite wall, T1 minus T4 divided by R thermal A plus R thermal P, R thermal C, because there are only three materials. We are supposed to write three only. This is for the composite wall, purely conduction. At the same time, this is the very notable equation. We have done the analysis for only three walls. But if you go for the multi walls, for example, as I said, if there are 10 walls, how will you write the equation? Tell me.
T1 minus
N walls
T11.
is nothing. 10 walls is nothing but the N is number of walls here, or number of slabs, number of layers. Right? N is equal to 10. If you substitute in place of N 10, what becomes the final temperature?
T11.
T11. T1 minus T11, and here N is equal to 1 to N. That means how many thermal resistance you will get? 10 thermal resistances you will get. So R thermal A, R thermal B, R thermal C, so and so and so and so on, R thermal G, H, I, J, K, right? So in that way we have to get it. So you people don't need to remember and worry about these final equations. All these equations are provided in your data book. You're supposed to use with the help of the data books. This derivation is not available there. Right? If the derivation is asked you, you must do it. When the problem is asked, you can use the formula and you can use it. Every people will afraid of heat transfer, but the heat transfer is an open book exam. Right? For your exam point of view, I don't need to discuss all this stuff. Simply I can show it. But the subject point of view, I am explaining. Suppose in some questions, you must everything will be derived. You must be in position to derive the equations. Right? So I give 5 minutes break and again I'll start.
Sir,
Yeah.
this is for ideal case, no, sir?
This is for ideal case only.
Okay.
In general, whatever, for example, there will be an what it called, for example, neural networks we use for the validate the results. Experimental results and the theoretical results are quite different. For example, with the same slabs, if you do an experiment, you will get different results with these theoretical results. You will get some error. If you don't get the error, there is no meaning. Theoretically and experimentally, definitely there should be the variation. Without variation, there is no meaning at all. In very few cases, very less cases, you will get the exact values. Very few cases. But in practical situation and theoretical situation, for example, we say the Carnot cycle is 100% efficient. Carnot cycle is ideal cycle. But how much we are getting the efficiency? For example, if you take your Rankine cycle, using the Rankine cycle, about 35% maximum. If you take your heat engine, how much efficiency you are getting? In practical situations, you don't get the exact value. Carnot cycle 100% efficient and chaduthunnam. Is 100% efficient possible? Efficiency possible? No. Right? So I'll give 5 minutes break and just 4 to 5 minutes. It is 12:19 now. So join at 12:20 or 12:20. 12:25. Right? Is it okay?
Okay, sir.
Next topic is very interesting. And this is interesting and this is chain linking process. It is linking it. ఒకదాని తర్వాత మీరు క్లాస్ మిస్ అయ్యారు అనుకోండి, చాలా మిస్ అయిపోతారు. దట్ ఈస్ ద రీజన్ ఐఎమ్ స్ట్రెస్సింగ్ యూ టు బీ హియర్. రైట్? సో 5 minutes break. Again, rejoin at 5 minutes.
Okay, sir.
This slab is made up of different materials. E is separate material, F is separate material, G is separate material. That's the reason the respective thermal conductivity values have been given for that case. Right? So whatever heat transfers here, that will be transferred through this, and this will be transferred through this. And whatever heat is coming out is same, that is Q, and it is being transferred here, and it is being transferred here, and it transfers through this actually, like this. The total heat comes out. Whatever the total heat is same. Whatever heat is being entering and leaving is same. But how do you calculate? Separately, we cannot calculate this Q here. We need to calculate the entire heat transfer. Again, we need to calculate the entire heat transfer. The separate is not possible here. We cannot estimate that. So for that reason, we know that Q is equal to overall temperature divided by thermal resistance. Right? So the thermal resistance matters here. For example, at this phase, here the temperature is T1. This is one phase, and this is entirely one phase. This is also entirely one phase. T2, T3, T4, T5. As usual, the phase doesn't change. The interface doesn't change. The interface temperature will be uniform. Here the heat and temperature are not changing at all. But the problem is how these resistances are varying. If the materials are, if the same slab has different material, then the resistances will change. If you go for the electrical analogy, I will explain with respect to electrical analogy. I'm going to do a problem on this also end of this session, not today, probably in the problem discussion session. Don't need to worry about it. I again recap it. First case R thermal A. ఇక్కడ నుంచి ఇక్కడికి మనకు డైరెక్ట్ గా తెలిసిపోతుంది. ఇది T1, ఇది T2, ఇది 2, ఇది 3, this is 4, this is 5 temperatures. So whatever walls are there, how many walls are there here? 4 walls, right? Antena? Avuna kada? How many walls are there?
4, sir.
4. What is that? How many temperatures you'll get?
5 temperatures.
5 temperatures. Right? So here, if we observe here, the electrical resistance, in the electrical resistance case, this is RA, right? So you are familiar with the series and parallel resistances in what it call in your electrical subjects. You might have undergone in an electrical subject, right? So here this is one resistance, here this is another resistance. It has another thermal resistance, another thermal resistance, right? So R thermal C, it is like this. R thermal B, B is related to this and C is related to this. What is thermal resistance in conduction? Tell me. Can anybody tell me? What is R thermal A? Let us say. What is R thermal A?
LA by
K.
L by K.
L A by
LA by
K.
K A into
A.
area. That's all. Okay, that is R thermal A. Be careful here. Listen carefully. Very good. As you said, it is very good thing for R thermal A, because this is only thing is this entire wall. There is no splitting here. So directly I can write this as L A by K A into area. This is for this. Right. What about R thermal B?
LA by KB plus KC into A.
L
LB
by
KB plus KC.
KB into area. Is this correct? Can you anybody tell me? LB by KB into area correct?
Sir.
No, not correct, because I said this area is different. అంతే కదా, అప్పుడు ఏం రాస్తాం ఇక్కడ? ఏరియా ఆఫ్ బి. రైట్. నెక్స్ట్ థర్డ్ రెసిస్టెన్స్ థర్మల్ సి, ఆర్ థర్మల్ సి. ఆర్ థర్మల్ సి ఎల్సి బై కేసి ఇంటూ ఏసి. ఆ పర్టికులర్ ఏరియా. కొంత ఇక్కడ కూడా మీరు ఏ అనొచ్చు. We can write A. If all areas are uniform, we can simply write A. Similarly, for this case, LD by
KD into AD.
KD into AD. Right, let us say KD into AD. Right. ఇక్కడ ఎన్ని ఉన్నాయి? 1, 2 and 3. There are 3 here. Right. So 3 resistances or 3 walls are in series. This is E, F and G. The separate values we need to calculate. Again, LE by KE into AE, LF by KF into AF, LG by KG into AG. Because it's separate areas ఉంటాయి కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ A కి D కి కామన్ ఏరియాస్ అంటే ఈ ప్రాబ్లం ఎలా అయినా ఇవ్వచ్చు. అర్థమైందా? రెసిస్టెన్సెస్, దీస్ ఆర్ ద రెసిస్టెన్సెస్. బట్ ఈ అన్ని రెసిస్టెన్సెస్ మనం సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేయాలా అంటే చేయకూడదు, ఒకేసారి చేయాలి. రైట్. ది ఓవరాల్ రెసిస్టెన్స్ ఇస్ ఈక్వల్ టు ఏంటి? దీని తాలూకా రెసిస్టెన్స్, దీని తాలూకా రెసిస్టెన్స్, దీని తాలూకా రెసిస్టెన్స్, దీని తాలూకా 4 resistances we need to substitute in the denominator. Here I write this as T1 minus T5. రైట్. ఇక్కడ థర్మల్ తాలూకా ఆర్ తాలూకా ఏ ప్లస్ ఇంకో డైరెక్ట్ రెసిస్టెన్స్ ఏం రాసేయచ్చు? ఆర్ తాలూకా డి డైరెక్ట్ రాసేయచ్చు, ఆర్డి. బట్ వాట్ అబౌట్ ద రిమైనింగ్ 2? ద రెసిస్టెన్స్ కన్సిడరింగ్ దిస్ అండ్ దిస్. అక్కడ మనం కాలిక్యులేట్ చేయాల్సింది ఏంటంటే ఈక్వలెంట్ రెసిస్టెన్స్ వీ హ్యావ్ టు కాలిక్యులేట్. That equivalent resistance need to be calculated and substituted. You know that for series case, the resistance can be written as 1 by R is equal to the famous equation 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 అని చదివారు ఎక్కడైనా మీరు? చదివారా? ఫర్ సిరీస్ కేస్ చదివారా? ఇక్కడ నేను ఏం చేస్తున్నానంటే ఈ రెండింటిని, ఈ R is nothing but equivalent resistance, right? That equivalent resistance need to be calculated. సో ఇక్కడ దాన్ని ఏం రాస్తానంటే ఆర్ ఈక్వలెంట్ 1 RE1 అంటాను, బికాస్ నాకు ఇంకొక వాల్ కూడా ఉంది. అగైన్ ఐ రైట్ దిస్ యాజ్ RE2, రైట్. సో ఈ ఆర్ ఈక్వలెంట్ 1 అనేది ఏంటంటే RE1 is equal to RB, R thermal B and R thermal C. ఈ వాల్యూ మీరు ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేయగలరు, ఈ వాల్యూ మీరు ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేయగలరు L/K నుంచి మీకు ఆర్ ఈక్వలెంట్ వాల్యూ వస్తుంది. ఆ ఆర్ ఈక్వలెంట్ వాల్యూ ఇందులో సబ్స్టిట్యూట్ చేయాలి. అలాగే ఫర్ దిస్ కేస్, ఎనీబడి టెల్ వాట్ ఈస్ ఆర్ ఈక్వలెంట్, ద రిలేషన్, దిస్ రిలేషన్ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయండి దీనికి. R equivalent 2 is equal to 1 by R equivalent 2 is equal to, you guys are listening me?
Yes sir, please continue.
Yeah, no, can anybody, yes, is anybody talking? Right. So for this case, I can write, let us say 1 by R equivalent, let us say R equivalent 2 is equal to 1 by R, 1 by R E, let us say RE and RE plus 1 by RF plus 1 by RG. దీని దగ్గర నుంచి R ఈక్వలెంట్ 2 ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేస్తాం. అంటే ఇవన్నీ ఫైండ్ అవుట్ చేస్తే మీకు ఓన్లీ 4 రెసిస్టెన్సెస్ వస్తాయి. You supposed to, whatever case it may be, you supposed to substitute 4 resistances concerning the respective walls. That's all. ఈ వాల్ తాలూకు రెసిస్టెన్స్, ఈ వాల్ తాలూకు రెసిస్టెన్స్, ఈ వాల్ తాలూకు రెసిస్టెన్స్, ఈ వాల్ తాలూకు రెసిస్టెన్స్ combine together and find out the resistance. You don't need to bother about it also, because the same thing will be given in the data book for your better understanding. Data book మనం ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయకుండా డేటా బుక్ చూస్తే అర్థం అవుతుంది, రైట్? దట్స్ ద రీజన్ దిస్ ఈజ్ వన్ ఆఫ్ ద సిచ్యువేషన్. నెక్స్ట్ ఇక్కడ కూడా చూసుకోవచ్చు ఇంకో కేసు. దేర్ ఆర్ 2 మెటీరియల్స్, ఇక్కడ థర్మల్ కండక్టివిటీస్ 2 ఉన్నాయి, రైట్? సో దేర్ ఈస్ వన్ మోర్ సింపుల్ రెసిస్టెన్స్ హియర్. కన్వెక్షన్ ఎఫెక్ట్ పక్కన పెట్టి కన్వెక్షన్ నేను డిస్కస్ చేస్తాను మళ్ళీ. నెక్స్ట్ ద కాంటాక్ట్ రెసిస్టెన్స్, దిస్ ఈజ్ అనదర్ థింగ్. అంటే ఏంటంటే ఇప్పుడు మనం ఇప్పుడు వరకు చూసింది ఏంటి, డైరెక్ట్గా ఇక్కడ నుంచి ఇక్కడ టెంపరేచర్, ఇక్కడ నుంచి ఇక్కడ అలా ఒక టెంపరేచర్ ప్రొఫైల్ వెళ్ళిపోతుంది. అంటే ఆ రెస్పెక్టివ్ ఇంటర్ఫేసెస్, ఎట్ దట్ రెస్పెక్టివ్ ఇంటర్ఫేసెస్ we did not assume any drop in temperature. ఇప్పుడు 3 వాల్స్ ఉన్నాయి. ఈ 3 వాల్స్ కి ఈక్వేషన్ ఇది ఆల్రెడీ మనం డిరైవ్ చేసాం, T1 మైనస్ T4, రైట్? T1, T2, T3, T4 అనుకుంటున్నాను. T1 minus T4, R thermal A, R thermal B, R thermal C, as usual you'll find it. But what is the contact resistance, the significance of contact resistance here? As our friend said in the last session, sir, is it practically possible? Yes, it may be possible, it may not be possible, because there will be error, I said. For example, in any wall we cannot say the temperature is T1 here, the temperature is T2 only here. There must be some drop in temperature, right? That's what I guess that's what the student has asked for the question. But there will be some issues. It means I assume directly the temperature is, there is no drop in temperature, and again it is moving in the previous case for this situation. But in practical situations, in everywhere, suppose the steam is passing from a boiler to the condenser through a pipe, definitely there will be losses. whatever steam, the heat energy completely cannot be converted into work. There will be some losses. The same situation at the interface, if there is drop in temperature in the two interfaces also, if the temperature drop is there, then we have to consider the contact resistance also. That contact resistance can be calculated like this. What is the drop in temperature? T2 minus T1, sorry, T2 minus T3, here T4 minus T5. These two contact resistance need to be added here additionally. In addition to this equation, these contact resistance need to be added. Right? So this is the situation, and in the problem also, assume the contact resistance in the temperature drop either in contact resistance in the ohms lono లేకపోతే దేంట్లోనో ఇస్తాడు యూనిట్ డిగ్రీ సెంటిగ్రేడ్ పర్ వాట్ దేంట్లో. రైట్. సో ఇన్ దట్ సిచ్యువేషన్ ఇందులో ఈ ఈక్వేషన్ లో పైన ఈక్వేషన్ లో we have to add it plus the contact resistance 1, contact resistance 2. ఎన్ని అవుతాను ఇక్కడ రెండు ఉన్నాయి కాబట్టి నేను రెండు చెప్తాను. ఎన్ని అవుతాను. సో దిస్ ఈస్ another situation for the plane valve. రైట్. ఒకవేళ ఎయిర్ గ్యాప్ ఉందనుకోండి, ఇందులో చిన్న ఎయిర్ గ్యాప్, ఆ ఎయిర్ గ్యాప్ రెసిస్టెన్స్ కూడా మీకు ఇచ్చేస్తారు. ఆ ఎయిర్ గ్యాప్ రెసిస్టెన్స్ ఇందులో యాడ్ చేయాలి. మీకున్న లూప్ హోల్స్ అన్ని నేను మీకు ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేసేస్తున్నాను. What are the problems associated with this composite walls? For if the serious cases, if the contact resistances, if there is small air gap, that air gap resistance will be provided. In the problem, the air gap is there, but he has not given the air gap resistance, small air gap resistance. What is the meaning? There is no meaning. And he is taking you, he is considering you to, he is not giving the heat transfer coefficient also. He is saying that it is purely conduction. If the air gap resistance is not given, assume it is itself. There is no air gap, that's all. If the air gap is between their in the interface, very small air gap, then the resistance will also be provided. ఇంత రెసిస్టెన్స్ ఉన్నప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది, అది ప్రాక్టికల్ సిచ్యువేషన్స్, అవి ప్రాక్టికల్ కేసెస్. దీస్ ఆర్ ద ప్రాక్టికల్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్ విచ్ విల్ బి అరైజ్డ్. టెంపరేచర్ డ్రాప్, ఎయిర్ గ్యాప్, అవన్నీ కూడా ప్రాక్టికల్ ప్రాబ్లమ్స్. At the same time, you consider without any temperature drop and with temperature drop, you calculate the heat transfer. Then definitely there will be change. Definitely there will be variation. Right? So this is about the composite walls. Now, can I take 5 more minutes? Yes.
Explain tomorrow, sir.
Is it enough for today?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Don't miss the classes tomorrow also, because this is a continuous process. Because there are a lot of things, lot of issues to discuss here. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Unless you listen this, you cannot do the problems. Because I want to complete all the things so that you can easily pick the problem. For example, if the problem is given, you have to read the problem. While reading the problem, what you are supposed to do is, whether it is composite wall or composite cylinder or composite sphere, you are supposed to understand. Right? Then only you can do the problem. Right? Better you do one thing, you put calculator with yourself and rough notes and pen with you in the tomorrow's class. Right?
Sir.
I'll just, yeah.
Sir, one question, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, there is a hollow section and a square, sir. That is totally closed. Then we have to calculate the temperature of inside that circle, inside the section, sir.
You
Hollow
solid,
section.
your square block you are saying, right?
Yes, sir.
It is
Inside the
square
hollow
block.
section is there. Hollow
Yeah.
section.
That also will be discussed, don't worry. Inside hollow means?
Hollow means square type only, sir. Inside.
One
Which was the thickness, like maybe solid sections. Then how to calculate that hollow section temperature?
You need to calculate this. ఇదేనా
సార్
ఇదేనా నువ్వు అనేది డిస్ప్లే చేసి చూడండి.
yes sir, yes sir. Inside yes sir, inside
Which temperature?
section temperature. Inside hollow section sir.
ఇక్కడ టెంపరేచరా?
Yes sir.
ఓకే, అంటే అదే ఇప్పుడు నేను నెక్స్ట్ ఇప్పుడు టాపిక్ కన్వెక్షన్. యాక్చువల్లీ ఇప్పుడు కన్వెక్షన్ ఉంటే కానీ మనం చెప్పలేం. ఇప్పుడు ఎగ్జాంపుల్ వెయిట్, హియర్ it has some fluid inside the hollow section. Some fluid is flowing over here. Okay, లేదు అనుకుంటే ఫ్లూయిడ్ ఫ్లో అవుతుంటే ఈ వాల్ నుంచి ఈ వాల్కి కండక్షన్, ఈ వాల్ నుంచి ఈ వాల్కి కన్వెక్షన్. అగైన్ ఈ వాల్ నుంచి ఈ వాల్ ఈ ఫ్లూయిడ్ మీడియం నుంచి కన్వెక్షన్, ఈ వాల్ నుంచి అవుట్ సైడ్ వాల్ కండక్షన్, ఇక్కడ నుంచి ఇక్కడ కండక్షన్. అది హాలో సెక్షన్ అని ఇట్ డజంట్ మ్యాటర్. ఇక్కడ నుంచి ఇక్కడ ప్లేన్ వాల్ వాడతాం మనం, ప్లేన్ వాల్ కేసు. ఒకవేళ ఇక్కడ నుంచి ఈ లోకల్ టెంపరేచర్ కావాలనుకోండి, బయట నుంచి వస్తుంది అనుకోండి హీట్, ఇక్కడ ఈ వాల్ నుంచి ఇప్పుడు ఈ వాల్ నుంచి లోపలికి కన్వెక్షన్ ఎఫెక్ట్ అనేది ఉండాలి. ఒకవేళ కన్వెక్షన్ ఎఫెక్ట్ there is no heat is flowing, then you consider this wall temperature itself this temperature, because there is no relative motion. Understood? If there is relative motion and it has some fluid and it has the heat transfer coefficient, then only it is possible. Aర్థమైందా?
Okay sir.
అది whatever situation it may be, if there is convection effect ఇప్పుడు డిస్కస్ చేయాలి. యాక్చువల్లీ అది డిస్కస్ చేస్తే నీకు అర్థం అవుతుంది. ఓకే, ఐ విల్ డిస్కస్ టుమారో. ద సేమ్ థింగ్. సీ ఐ కెన్ సే నెక్స్ట్ స్లైడ్ అదే. ఈ టీఎస్ వాల్ ఇస్ కండక్షన్, అనదర్ వాల్ ఇస్ కన్వెక్షన్.
Yes sure.
ఒకవేళ రేడియేషన్ కూడా ఉంటే రేడియేషన్, అదే నెక్స్ట్ టాపిక్.
Okay sir.
రైట్. సో అంటే నేను ఇంత టైం తీసుకుని ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేయడానికి కారణం ఏంటంటే when the problem is given to you, you supposed to do it, that's all.
Yes sir.
So still if you have any questions, let me know. Otherwise I will leave the meeting.
Sir, in fire tube boilers and water tube boilers, which type of heat transfer takes place, sir?
Yeah, that depends upon the, for example, this is what is the difference between fire tube and water tube boiler? The water is flowing outside in case of a fire tube boiler. The fire goes inside. Definitely there will be effect of radiation. At the same time convection, both will be there. Right?
Can we say that as combined mode, sir?
Combined mode, all three. Because ఇక్కడ వాటర్ కదా, ఇక్కడ ట్యూబ్ లోపల ఈ లోపల ఫైర్ వెళ్తుంది. ఈ ఫైర్ నుంచి ఈ వాల్ కి రేడియేషన్ యాజ్ వెల్ యాజ్ కన్వెక్షన్. ఈ లోపల ట్యూబ్ నుంచి బయట ట్యూబ్ కి కండక్షన్. అక్కడ బయట నుంచి ఇంకా వాటర్ కి ఏమో కండక్షన్, అదే కన్వెక్షన్ అవ్వచ్చు, రేడియేషన్ అవ్వచ్చు, రెండు అవ్వచ్చు. సో వి కాల్ దిస్ as combined mode of heat transfer. Clear?
Yes sir.
Yeah. Still if you have any doubts. No doubts?
No doubts.
Yeah, just recollect it, whatever I have discussed, you recollect it and get the material of first unit and మీరు చెప్తున్నాను, ఎవరైనా చదవకపోతే ఏమీ గుర్తుండవు. ఎవరైనా, ఎనీ స్టూడెంట్, ఈవెన్ ద టాపర్. రైట్? సో చదవండి, ఒకసారి రికలెక్ట్ చేయండి. ఇఫ్ యూ గెట్ ఎనీ క్వశ్చన్స్ అండ్ డౌట్స్, లెట్ మీ నో. రైట్? Shall I end the meeting? If you don't have any questions, I'll end the meeting. Right.
Sir.
Okay. Yeah.
Basically, as the temperature, now we have taken composite material and we have seen the 3 different composite materials with different thermal conductivity now. When we consider only single composite material, where it is as a polymer or other mixed alloys type, how they will be calculating its thermal conductivity and how they do the numerical analysis?
There are several devices. Suppose if you take your watch, right? Watch has a composite material, right? For example, if you take your cloth, t-shirt or something, there is also composite material. The total thermal conductivity of that particular, for example, duster if you take, లేదంటే మీకు ప్లైవుడ్ అవి తీసుకోండి, ప్లైవుడ్ తీసుకుంటే ఆ టోటల్ థర్మల్ కండక్టివిటీ how to calculate. That total thermal conductivity will be estimated with the help of some KD2 probe. Thermal conductivity of materials, the materials like solid materials, liquids and gases also will be done with the help of KD2 probe. A particular material thermal conductivity you measure, and that will be shown because it is completely composite material. Composite wall is different, composite material is different, right? Our total thermal conductivity we will be estimating. Suppose even though in this situation A, B, C, A is different material, B is different material, C is different material. These all are not mixed. If it is mixed, it must have one thermal conductivity value. A particular thermal conductivity density on there. దీనికి డెన్సిటీ వేరే ఉంటుంది, దీనికి డెన్సిటీ వేరే ఉంటుంది, దీనికి డెన్సిటీ వేరే ఉంటుంది. ఇప్పుడు కాంపోజిట్ మెటీరియల్ చేసాం, ఆ కాంపోజిట్ మెటీరియల్ డెన్సిటీ అంతా ఒకటే వాల్యూ ఉంటుంది. వాట్ ఎవర్ ఇట్ మే బి, ఏ తాలూకు బి తాలూకు సి తాలూకు దేని డామినేషన్ ఎక్కువ ఉన్నా వి మేడ్ ఇట్ ఏ కాంపోజిట్ మెటీరియల్. ఆ కాంపోజిట్ మెటీరియల్ తయారు చేయడానికి ఒక ప్రాసెస్ ఉంటుంది. ద కాంపోజిట్ మెటీరియల్ మీన్స్ వాట్, ఇట్ ఈస్ ది కాంబినేషన్ ఆఫ్ డిఫరెంట్ మెటీరియల్స్ యాజ్ ఎ సింగిల్ ప్రోడక్ట్, రైట్? ఆ సింగిల్ ప్రోడక్ట్ కి మనం డెన్సిటీ అనేది కొత్త డెన్సిటీ లేకపోతే కొత్త థర్మల్ కండక్టివిటీ అనేది వీ కెన్ మెజర్ with the help of several instruments like as I said KD2 probe. Even if nano composites are doing nano composites, the mixing of several composite materials, right? Those nano composites will be done to form a single material. A single materials ke properties estimate chestam. అంతేగాని ప్రతి మెటీరియల్ కి ఏమేమి ఉందనేది we cannot see. దానికి FTIR టెస్ట్ అనేది ఉంటుంది. That is different case. ఏ ఎలిమెంట్స్ దేనికి ఎక్కువ ఉంటాయి అనేది ఆ టెస్ట్. కాంపోజిట్ మెటీరియల్ ఈజ్ ఎ మెటీరియల్. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఏ ఈజ్ ఎ కాంపోజిట్ మెటీరియల్ ఆఫ్ సంథింగ్, ఇట్ హ్యాస్ సమ్ థర్మల్ కండక్టివిటీ. దట్స్ ఆల్. కాంపోజిట్ స్లాబ్ హియర్ ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ యూ టేక్ ద డస్టర్ లో ద వుడెన్ పీస్ ఒకటి ఉంటుంది, ఆ స్పాంజ్ ఒకటి ఉంటుంది. దట్ ఈస్ కాంపోజిట్ స్లాబ్. యాక్చువల్లీ కాంపోజిట్ మెటీరియల్ ఓన్లీ, కాంపోజిట్ స్లాబ్.
So when we consider about the refractive index of these materials, like example about deserts and water at beaches, why
ఇప్పుడు ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మన వాల్ ఉంటుంది, ఇంట్లో వాల్ ఉంటుంది. వాట్ ఈస్ దట్? ఎ కాంపోజిట్ మెటీరియల్, రైట్? దట్ ఈస్ ఇట్ ఈస్ కాంబినేషన్ ఆఫ్ శాండ్, సిమెంట్, బ్రిక్, ఇంకా sometimes iron also. For example roof తీసుకుంటే ఐరన్ కూడా అది ఒక కలిపి ఒక మెటీరియల్. brick is also separately if you consider it is separate wall. Yeah, you are raising something.
It's when we consider the refractive indexes of these well, suppose one example is about desert and beaches. In desert, the sand has high refractive index, whereas water has low refractive index. These refractive index has an effect in thermal conductivity.
That depends. We have to check it. Every water has thermal conductivity. Every liquid has thermal conductivity. Every solid has thermal conductivity, right? In thermal conductivity unit, I have shown everything has, but liquids have lower thermal conductivity than the solids. Even though in the solids also there is classifications, metals, alloys, like that. Every material, even solid, liquid, gas, everything has the thermal conductivity. But how much another we have to test it. The sand may be in the beach, it has different thermal conductivity. The sand may be in the desert, as you said, that will be a different thermal conductivity. Right?
My doubt is about the relationship between the refractive index as well as thermal conductivity.
Refractive index and thermal conductivity. What relation you want?
Normally, it is a material property, nor it depends upon these.
What is refractive index?
Normally, sand has high refractive. It reflects the heat fastly than water.
If there is no moisture, it is good refractory material, right? Okay, na? The moisture presence unte ఒకలా ఉంటుంది, మాయిశ్చర్ ప్రెజెన్స్ లెవెల్ ఒకలా ఉంటుంది.
ఓకే సార్.
అంతే కదా. నెక్స్ట్. Okay. If you don't have any questions, I'll end up with this. Any questions, or shall I end up it? Okay, ending. No questions? Shall I end?